Nailed it.
We live. Well,
that solo went a little longer than I thought it was gonna.
It's God. I want to like Monty Pittman so much, but he fucking makes it so hard. Makes it so hard to do.
I blame
so.
Madonna.
Yeah, you can, I guess, but
I mean, I don't blame her entirely, but I think she should have some of the blame.
I don't know because you got to take a gig you don't like.
Right.
I mean, all of us have probably a job that, like, yeah, well, this job could be better, but it's not.
Kidding.
You know. But the thing with Monty Pittman, yeah. So he's Madonna's guitar player, cool. And we all know he digs metal, loves putting out his own shit. Gets a little belligerent about it when his shit doesn't take off.
Yeah. Yeah, he did seem to get was it that last album that he put out?
I thought it was actually the one before that.
Because Power 3 came out, this first album. That was like, fuck, that is all right.
Yeah, but it didn't do commercially well. And
no.
I think he took that as an insult.
But it was received well by the hardcores, especially when you're signed to Metal Blade. You know, you're kind of held to a standard if you're signed to Metal Blade.
I legitimately think his first one was too fucking cerebral for fucking your normal metal crowd.
Because
very prog, very prog.
Before the Morning Sun and Dark Horse, those are like two standout tracks. On
man, those are great tracks. But I get it. You know, I mean, people are like, man, it's not sludgy enough, man. You know, okay, well, yeah, maybe that's not your crowd.
He doesn't do sludge, man. He's a very clean guitar player.
Everything is very technical.
Yeah.
But he kind of got it stuck in his craw a little bit when people didn't care for it. And then he put out that second one, which fucking bounced off the pavement like a cat that didn't know where its feet were at. You know
I follow the dude on Facebook. Like, after I heard that song, I'm like, cool, liked on Facebook. I want to keep up with what you're doing. That album came out. I heard like one song off of it, and I completely wrote it off right off the bat.
So I guess what you do is then you put out a double album.
That either someone's going to like something.
Because one is an acoustic record with nothing but Monty Pittman and his guitar.
Yeah.
Which is not metal.
I haven't really heard anything on it yet.
I listened to most of that one today.
Yeah. Was it good?
It's not metal. I mean, it depends on the mood you're in. I mean, that's fine. We listened to. I just listened to Ice Cube about 20 minutes ago. I mean, but man, but it comes on a double record. So you have that one, you know, and it's packaged on a CD on one side, and that was the acoustic one. And then you have Between the Space, which is actually the metal one, the electric album. You know, this full band. It's fine. It's okay. But damn it, man, there's nothing that leaps out to me that makes me go, fuck, I love Monty Pittman.
Yeah.
It makes me
go,
a
good album.
It makes me go, shit, I wish I really liked Monty Pittman. And there's a very distinct difference between those two approaches.
Yeah, you want to like it. He does a lot of shit up in Red River.
Yeah.
He did like a weekend residency up there a while back.
I don't doubt it.
It'd be kind of cool to see a guy playing in a little shitty bar, which is basically what he was doing.
So you would load up and ride all the way up to fucking Red
Colorado
River?
border's right there.
Yeah,
I can get a lot of shit done.
Yeah, if you're a bird, because you ain't getting to Colorado from Red River.
That's true. There's a little bit of a diversion.
Without going south.
Okay, yeah, probably I wouldn't go.
Hello, Ferdinand Magellan. That's But yeah, it's fine, man. I want to like Monty Pittman. Before the Morning Sun, if you've never checked it out, stop being an asshole.
The album's called The Power of Three.
And it's the best track off of that one. It's got millions and millions of plays because it is the best thing that he has done. It's unfortunate that's also the first thing that he has done on the metal side.
That's a fucking constant theme, man. It really is.
You know, and then you could say, well, yeah, but how's he have all this support? He's obviously got, Metal Blade behind him, and he's got great gear. Yeah, if you work for Madonna for a very long time.
Dude's got endorsements out the ass.
You're going to have piles of money.
Yeah, because, I think he's rocking, like, ESP and Orange, right?
Probably. Man, I got to tell you, I wish I knew, because that would mean I had an even greater interest in Monty Pittman. I know Orange is one. I know Orange is one. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about the guitar. I think it's ESP, but
it probably is. It looks like a single cutaway, but I don't know. Yeah. So it just like the fucking guitar you play. So
yeah.
But then again, you're not trying to tell everybody that you fucking know everything about metal.
Yeah, fuck no. I learn every day. I pick that motherfucker up.
Lord Almighty. But it's just fucking Monty Pittman, man. Get your shit together. All right. Hey, it's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. We're, doing a Friday as we have been for years now.
Yeah. Well, nearly years. We can almost say plural.
We're coming
years.
up on the 2-year mark here for too long, yeah?
Yeah.
November, probably?
Yeah, after 2 weeks after 100.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we're taking your ideas. Something you have in mind for episode 100. If there's something you think would be cool, I don't know, let us know. But, if you want us to reevaluate our, super band picks, but we'd have to, change the level of difficulty.
Yeah, you'd have to change the rules.
Yeah, it would have to become wait a minute, that guy's like my pick for a lead singer was fucking Henry Rollins. Yeah, that guy's not even a metal singer. I just thought it'd be cool, but
he's a punk singer turned spoken word artiste.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to change it up a little bit. But I mean, if you got some ideas or whatever, you want us to weigh in with some shit or whatever, you want us to read some Shakespeare, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we did get some recorded comment from our dear friend Ruben Gonzalez last week.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of blackout drunk, so
I was about 2 steps behind you, and Ruben was stone cold sober.
And he laid down some pretty. I only remember that I was trying to not heckle him while he's trying to say good shit about us.
Which basically means we both heckled him. I don't want to give too much of it away because I haven't even heard it, and I'm sure it's either really hilarious or I'm going to fucking delete it because we just sound like assholes.
Yeah, which might very well be the case.
Yeah, which actually I'll probably still throw it on there. People know we're assholes. That shouldn't be a big shocker.
Yeah. Nonetheless, so hey, for those of you spreading the faith, sharing the word with what we got going on, that's cool. We thank you for that. That's actually the most cool thing you can do.
Yeah.
Talk
bad about us, whatever.
Outside of financially fucking helping us out by picking up some meat or whatever.
Yeah. That's a different tier.
That's an entirely different thing. But
you can help by paying nothing.
Yeah, letting your friends know or whatever. As long as you're not in our local area. I'm so fucking weirded out by the preponderance of people in New Mexico that listen to this podcast.
It does keep it. It seems like the YouTube algorithm does keep it kind of popping up for local people.
What do we have to do? Tell them we're in Finland or some shit like that, and we'll start getting
originating out of the wilds of Borneo.
Yeah.
By the way, today's podcast brought to you by Bullet Rye fucking whiskey.
A little meaner than I remember.
It's been a long fucking time. And in the interim, we've been drinking fucking. It's almost weird. It's like the Bullets looking at the Jack Daniels rye, like, what the fuck are you doing here?
That is kind of the way it is. Well, fucking Jack Daniels is not good. Jack Daniels rye is not good. Don't buy that, people. Don't.
Yeah, but Bullet Rye. It's where it's at. It's the best rye in the market, especially for the price.
I really think the thing is, I haven't been drinking over the entire summer. Bullet Rye, I don't want to say it's seasonal, but by God, it hits me a lot better in the winter months. And when it's cooler outside, early spring,
really gets that
fall.
Mormon trait going to it.
But it's where it's at. So pick that shit up. Don't buy Bullet bourbon. It's horrible.
Fuck yeah, right. I nearly did that. Thankfully, I'm not too goddamn colorblind. Hey, I had a past couple weeks. I've been doing a random question for you.
Oh yeah, okay.
This is more of a trivia based thing. Yesterday was the 3-year anniversary of Wes Craven passing away from brain cancer.
Okay.
Which, of course, anytime...
Are you going to ask me which is better, brain cancer or ass cancer? Because I will go brain cancer every time in honor of Senator John McCain.
Oh, no, man. Chong beat ass cancer.
That's true. That is true. I think you can beat ass cancer. Brain cancer is the one
Brain cancer is the one that'll shut you down. That and pancreatic.
Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker!
I've got to let a fucking dog out that wants to go murder cats. Hold on.
Okay, I'll preface where I'm going with this. So I always watch horror movies whenever there's some form of big anniversary, be it a death, a birthday, an anniversary of a movie coming out like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Fucking watched that twice. Loved every minute of it. But it got me to thinking, which leads me to my big trivia question of the day.
Okay.
/ surprise question out of nowhere. There of the 4 major Halloween franchises, horror movie franchises. Talking about Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Which one do you think housed the most legitimate celebrities? Like, we're talking A to lower A.
Wow.
The answer might surprise you.
It's not Nightmare on Elm Street. Halloween, probably not, right? I would like to say Friday the 13th, but I question myself on that.
Well, Friday the 13th had Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Had Kevin Bacon.
Right. But yeah, you look at the first like two, and that's where all your stars are at. Really.
Yeah, the first. Yeah, because Corey Feldman was in the fourth one.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be the final chapter.
Yeah. I'm going to say probably the one nobody would expect, probably Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You were absolutely fucking right.
Fucking yes, yes. Pay up, bitch. Oh, wait, well, we didn't have a bet on that.
We didn't have a line. Nightmare on Elm Street had Johnny Depp, who wasn't really a stalwart contribution after the first one.
Here's your 21 Jump Street Johnny Depp. So.
Yeah. And that's really about it. You had John Saxon. He was in it.
Right.
But not a lot of people know he is unless you love, like, Enter the Dragon.
Right.
You know, then you know who John Saxon is.
Yeah. He's the racist white guy. Yeah.
Right.
that had a black friend, which was really the
it was really weird. It seemed
crazy
like they
dichotomy.
got along really well, too. Yeah. Strangers in a Strange Land. And Friday the 13th, like I said, had Kevin Bacon, Corey Feldman. There might be a few others in there, but none above in the A-list category.
Right.
And then you have Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis, of course.
Yeah. Again, early, though. Early.
Yeah, like the start of her career. I think she was in another...
the early ones. Halloween had no star potential after, like, the
Halloween,
second one.
Yeah, Halloween 1 and 2 had Jamie Lee. She fucked off. She came back for the 20-year anniversary movie that had LL Cool J in it. And then another Halloween movie had Busta Rhymes in it. And I'm going to fucking stop talking about it there.
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The first one... No one would know.
Nobody.
That's what made it so goddamn awesome.
And actually, the problem, the only unnerving thing on the first one, looked like a fucking documentary.
Yeah, like a snuff film. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 had Dennis Hopper.
Okay.
Which that's Dennis Hopper, kind of in 1980 Dennis Hopper.
That's like Dennis Hopper, like in and out of rehab Dennis Hopper, right?
You're getting the good one. And then you jump to the third one, which does have a lot of horror movie actress alums. But the big one in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 is fucking Viggo Mortensen. Aragorn is in it.
Yeah.
Plays Tex.
When it starred in Hidalgo, which a lot of people dogged that movie. It was not bad.
I thought it was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Wasn't great. But if you tell me it's a piece of shit, I'm going to argue, no.
You're just being an asshole.
It's at least mediocre.
Yeah. But the big brain bender of the whole franchise is the next one.
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. It was filmed and then released in theaters in the span of 3 years. They finished filming it, and then it came out 3 years later. This motherfucker had Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
Now, and another cool little trivia point, this was the birth of All Right via Matthew McConaughey.
Sure. Yeah, no, we're not talking like an ancient Matthew McConaughey when nobody knew
came out. This was in 94. I mean, it was like after Fast Times, you know. Was it Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
No. You're thinking of
which one was that he was in?
The Matthew McConaughey one.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? It wasn't Baked.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused. Yeah. No, Fast Times. Yeah.
A lot of people think the All Right came from that. It did not.
No.
Came from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then when they remade it, they got fucking Arlie Ermey to play like a really gnarly part in it. He saved that fucking remake, dude. It's like a psychotic sheriff.
Well, he saved. Could you imagine anybody else playing Full Metal Jacket other than that guy?
God, no, man. If they ever try to remake that, they better just write that part out.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no fucking way.
I did see a video earlier in the week of somebody trying to get a dog, not like a fucking pugilist.
Like Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, trying to get this dog out of like a child's fucking safety seat. And the dog refused to move. And the dog had fucking had private pile eyes. You know, like
when he's sitting on the jump?
Yeah. And then sitting in the child seat. They're like, hey, Nacho, you're going to have to get out of the seat. And the dog's just like, look, the dog's got the little eyebrow kind of quivering kind of a thing. And just kind of looking. And he almost had a smile. It's like, yeah. And I'm like, Nacho, you got to get it. Fuck that. Buy another child seat because Nacho ain't getting out of that one. I'm telling you right now.
That might be the best laugh I have of the weekend. Shit. I'm going to have to, after we're done here, we're going to have to listen to Ruben's audio and watch that.
Yeah, no, it's fucking insane. The look that it does. It's private pile eyes. That's the only way I can put it.
Which, by the way, even though the show is probably either kicking off or concluding, Ruben is doing a little live gig at his garage of fantastic toys that time forgot.
I absolutely forgot about that show.
Yeah, it's I think it's another one of the free shows. There's going to actually be like a merch booth on this round.
Well, because we played last year's show.
Yeah,
and played that, and then came down here, did the podcast here. Thought about going up, but we tended to get tore down doing this. So
yeah, if anybody went, fucking A, send a comment down. Let me know how it went because I'm kind of curious. I know that friend of his, LJ, is going to be there.
Right. It'd be awesome if the dude would do a show every other month, but then again, I'm not the one fucking living there having to put on a show. So
yeah, that's right. Need to get LJ down here someday.
Yeah.
You know, hey,
feasible.
Quit thumbing us down and be on the show.
There is no way. Well, there's no way that anybody have anything to complain about because, man, there's a fucking rodeo that goes on. It's a Mexican rodeo that goes on like once a month, and it's a half a mile from my house. I guarantee it, half a mile or more from here to the Floyd Highway.
Yeah, and
that's where it's at. And that sound, I've got to close my windows to watch TV on Sundays.
They pump that bass and turn down the treble, man.
It's something.
All about that
I'm not
low
saying
end.
it's bad. I'm just saying that sound carries. And also, my neighbors can probably go fuck themselves because if they're okay with that, they can be okay with everything else we do here.
And it's not that it's bad. It's just repetitive because all yours. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, that's what it is. It's just
But I know they do there's other instruments involved, but I feel like it's just 5 fucking bass players and a singer.
That's what it seems like. But I mean, they have that, and then you get a pause because then they'd have like their rodeo events, and then they pick it back up again.
Oh, God damn it! I was talking to Ruben today. I had some business in Clovis, and he was telling me. He was telling me this story about this guy that was going to be playing a show at his gig.
Okay.
It was all well and good. But I had to get the fuck out of there. I was running behind. I wanted to get back before school got out and traffic got all gnarly and that fucking overpass was closed, so it's like a real bitch.
I keep forgetting about that shit.
Yeah.
Man.
So whenever I want a conversation with Ruben to end, I always ask him a question I know he either can't answer or refuses to answer for some weird reason.
Okay.
Because then after that, it's like, that's my window. I'm like, all right, man, well, I'm going to get out of here. Good luck with the show. Hope everything goes tits. Be safe driving to Austin, which, by the way, Ruben Gonzalez is also going to be in Austin this week.
Oh, right on. Same time we're there? Or?
Nah, he's going to be probably just coming back as we're headed out.
Okay.
So I asked him, I was like, hey, man, why do Mexican folk always like putting them really tiny wheels on their vehicles and then pulling them out like a foot? What's up with that? And each time I ask him, I get that like, I don't know, man.
Right.
That thing where like, I know he knows, but maybe I can't be told.
Well, it's kind of one of those like, hey, why do white guys like put their name on the back of their belt? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah. Well, white people are I just say because some white people are dumb. I'd have an answer.
I was assuming it's like, so their boyfriend knows what their name is, That's
when they're tugging. You're like, oh boy. I just think it's funny that he never gave me any kind of answer. It's like, I don't know, whoever does that's a fucking idiot. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's a strong enough stance for me to get behind.
Of course.
Or just saying, well, it's aesthetically pleasing, which I don't think it is.
Not really, no.
Oh, I get it.
So that was your question of the day?
Well, my question was more the trivia question. That was more just my dealings with Ruben Gonzalez today.
Oh, okay.
I like to give him his proper ends on the podcast when I can. But I know you have a question for me.
I would like to warn some people, by the way. I've been drinking a little today, just to let you know.
That's right, vacay for both of us.
It is vacation time, kind of. Well, you kind of yours is broken up by a day of work, but
yeah, it's because my life sucks.
Yeah, but I'm officially on vacation, so I took it upon myself to frequent a local watering hole or two and figure out what was going on and get amongst society.
Did they still have the poo-poo smell?
At one up, yeah, it's kind of there, but it's better. It's better today.
I was gonna say either it's getting better or you're just getting used to it.
No, I started getting nostalgic for pissers over in Okinawa because it started smelling like that. Like, wow, this is like a human smell I don't really recognize.
I can appreciate that. Something like that happened when I worked at Hastings and Clovis.
Oh yeah. Hastings used to have a funk to that
Do
place.
you ever remember going there and being
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it smells like the inside of an asshole in here?
And it took a while.
Yeah,
for that to go away,
because like because that was when I was there working, and I worked in the back and receiving.
Yeah.
So I was right next to the alleged shit scent, and we could never figure it out until one day. You remember where they had the rental video section on the left there going in?
I'll say yes, just for the ease of operation.
There you go. Yeah. Well, there's a door back there.
Well, it's not open anymore. So.
Yeah, and I haven't been there in years.
Yeah,
but
no, I actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a door over there that no one ever opened. It was Hastings property. We just never used it. It was storage. One day they opened that door, and there's like half a foot of sewage in this room that had been there for 2 months.
Wow.
No one ever opened the fucking door.
Wow. Do you start immediately bottling Stetson cologne out of the sewage? Because, I mean, that'd be a little moneymaker.
That's what we put into our soda fountain.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing worse than sewage kind of shit going on. And for those of
you, kind of shit.
And for those of you that like live in the, I don't know, like in the modern world and not really the third world as we do.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Do you understand? For us, it's a thing that's not easily remedied usually. Not without some smart fucking guy or woman or whatever figuring it out, going, oh, hold on, we know what's going on here. But anyway, yes, I would throw out the warning, a little bit of disclaimer here, 20 minutes in or 15, whatever it is, that I've consumed some drinks today.
We drinking beer.
So my beer and rye,
the mighty return.
So my perspective on things might be a little
skewed one would
for
say.
what it usually is. So
that's all right. That's usually when we really shine.
Well, in our minds.
That's all right. That's all that matters.
Let's see. Let's get to a couple of things. I guess, first of all, so how's your week?
I only have 2 stories.
Okay.
One good, one par for the course.
Okay.
You want me to start with the par for the course one or the good one?
I say lead strong, right?
Yeah, so I'll open up with the normal shit. So I usually get breakfast set up about 4:30 in the morning. And
because that's your gig now.
That's my gig. It's the shit I do. Well, when you work overnight at a hotel, that dude's setting up breakfast if it's a continental variety.
What are they doing, like motor lodges, where people pull in, like, the places look like a scene of a murder? I mean, they don't do fucking stuff like that, do they?
No, usually what they'll do is they'll offer some kind of coupon at a nearby fast food joint.
Like $2 off at McDonald's?
Yeah. When I went to Wyoming, we stayed at this place called the Holiday Lodge, which was basically a motor lodge / old log place.
Slash Love Haven.
Slasher film. And while they offered nothing, they did offer $5 off a $10 breakfast purchase at McDonald's.
All right.
So I was like, that's fucking better than a kick in the dick.
I didn't mean to get you off pace. I was like, wow, what do those places do? Yeah.
No, that's, well, shit, if hotels is kind of a wheelhouse.
I know, because being on vacation, the thought occurred, do I want to, like, drive to, I don't know, like fucking Tatum or, I don't know, or Big Spring or something like that, and just dick off in, like, a weird motor lodge for a couple of days and load in, a handle of Jack and,
become one of the people?
And just kind of stay for a little bit,
Oh, God damn it. You better fucking record your progress.
The thought occurred to me, and then I thought, fuck that. That's what Doug Stanhope does on his, like, normal life nowadays. I don't want to turn into that. So,
yeah. We're already kind of riding that fine line to that.
We're trying to avoid that.
We
even
can make
while
different
we were
choices.
magnetically dragged that direction.
But yeah, so anyway, I make breakfast about 4:30, staggered along till about 5:36, have it done, ready to go. And if you've listened to previous stories, you've heard of the Breakfast Bandits that I've mentioned several times.
Bum.
I wish we could play fucking like sound clips. Oh, that'd be perfect. I was in the back, and when I'm in the back, I'm always watching security cameras just because there's really nothing else to watch. And what do I see but a bald man on a bike with a backpack, 4:45 in the morning.
The fucking backpack gang.
Yeah, the backpack brigade. This one was different, though, because he was with a broad.
Holy shit, they got women, too?
Not on a bike. She was walking.
Like auxiliary backpack members?
Fuck followers. This is your Kate. And she comes in.
Yeah.
So when that happens, if they don't see anybody at the front desk and they come in, and they immediately, of course, make a beeline for the coffee. I like to sneak in and fucking be like, "Good morning."
Yeah.
Not that obnoxious, but loud enough to scare him, which of course it worked. And instead of a greeting back, I get like, "Oh, just getting some coffee."
Oh. Okay.
Which in my mind, like, "Cool, bitch. Yeah, we're just a free coffee house. Help yourself. Yay. Welcome to Super 8. We're not a hotel. We're a free coffee shop."
Well, we're talking fucking like in the 4:30 in the morning, you said?
Yeah.
So like the normal folk aren't even up and around yet.
Fuck no. Either they're just getting up or they're still slumber time.
So this is just some creature of the night trying to help themselves.
Yes.
Some shit.
Local creature of the night with a homeless courier, it looks like. So she gets her coffee, which I'll allow. Like, fine, get your coffee, get the fuck out.
Well, coffee isn't exactly expensive, but
yeah, fuck no. I throw away more than I fucking make.
Which I would say tell Denny's about their $1.75 coffee, and
Shit,
but
right.
hey.
And so she starts to peruse the breakfast counter, which I have like the silverware, the condiments, yada yada
There's
yada.
everything out there minus anything with calories.
Minus anything that could get your day started right, unless your idea of getting your day started right is downing sugar-free fucking waffle syrup.
Ugh.
So she just out of nowhere is like, "So there's no waffle batter out yet?" "No, that comes out about 6 a.m. She's like, oh, okay. Keeps perusing, keeps looking around.
This is obviously a meth head. Yeah?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah, one in, like, booty shorts. I shouldn't be wearing booty shorts in the first place.
Oh, God.
But I feel like maybe they can use that to, like, get some sway with someone.
Yeah.
That someone's not me. And then she's like, "So there's no milk either?" Which finally I chime in. All the main things get put out for the guests at 6 a.m. She's like, "Oh, well, I'll be back for that."
Okay.
So then, of course, I won't go through the whole questioning line, but I go through the whole thing of like, "Are you staying at this hotel? I'm going to need to see some ID or a room key, please, for this conversation to continue."
Sure.
Which she says, "Oh, yeah, I'm staying at the hotel." Shouldn't have a room key. She can't even fucking name a proper room. She named a room that we would have if we had a fourth floor.
Oh, good. Yeah. Because you only got two. So
yeah. So then it changes from that to like, "Oh, well, I have a friend staying here." So that's cool. Your friend is more than welcome to come down and get breakfast when it's set up, but you're not welcome to it just because you know him and you're here.
So you didn't have to ask, following up last week's show, is your friend a pimp that might have paid for your stay for a little while?
Yeah, I mean, if she was like mouthing like, "Help me,"
yeah,
I'd be acting a little different. Be like, "Oh, yeah, sure.
Well,
yeah,
here's a little batter for you."
I don't know if she needed that kind of help.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
Yes! Finally got a delayed one with you. So it boils down to I'm saying, look, you're not coming back at 6 a.m. for breakfast. If you do, I'm calling the cops. And I already should be calling the cops because your friend on the bicycle outside circling around waiting on you. So have a good night. Don't come back. Fuck off.
Right.
And yes, I was a little bit nicer than that, but still made the point across, like, you're not getting shit from this establishment. You or your bicycle peddling motherfucking friends.
Well, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but so your big story for the week is about some meth head trying to come in and get free breakfast. That's
my kind of my status quo. It was just with a little extra fold. But the good thing, now this is kind of a good thing, about a half hour before this ruined my day, because this is what I had to deal with on my last day of work before I have to go back
before your vacation till Sunday.
Yeah, right. I'm like getting coffee made, and I'm fucking jamming Rainier Fog, having a good time. And All I Am is playing. And that's probably, goddamn, that's creeping up to be my favorite song on that album. It's a great closer. I'm a sucker for a good closer, man. Spit Out the Bone is a great closer.
Right.
Because it's fucking energy. But so I'm jamming it, and I've kind of found this neat little wheelhouse on the chorus to add like a third Alice in Chains style harmony to what William Duvall and Jerry Cantrell are doing. So I'm just making coffee, fucking singing this song, singing the chorus. And behind me I hear, "That's a fine singing voice you have." Scares me to death.
Sure.
Because, I mean, I've ripped ass in my lobby one time because I didn't think anybody was there.
That's fun, yeah.
And it wasn't quiet. So that's why it's fun, because it fucking reverberates through the whole lobby. And we have like a floor that would be in a pool room, like to not slip on and shit.
Right.
So it really reverberates, and it gives me a giggle. Well, there was someone like barely coming in the lobby right when I did it. And you can't mistake that sound.
the sound and usually the accompanying evidence that hangs around for a little bit after.
Exactly, yeah. There ain't no person awake at 4:30 a.m. that doesn't have smelly farts. But it was this old woman, like coming down to get some coffee and complimented me on my singing of a...
What, are you listening through like headphones or something?
No, that phone of mine has pretty good... And I put the speaker where it's like right against the wall.
So she could actually hear the harmonizing.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't just like me singing. It was because I put my phone near a wall and it fucking bounces off the wall and really fills up the lobby. And I was like, well, thank you very much, ma'am. And I almost felt like I needed to explain the song or... Sure. It was an unexpected compliment. I don't handle those very well.
Kind of want to know what her reasoning was in judging.
Yeah, like what did you like? What did you like about it? Before I could say anything, she's like, "So is coffee ready?"
Oh shit!
I was like, "Yes, ma'am. Hot and fresh, ready to go right over there. Help yourself."
Dang. And so it's like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, she really dug my my pipes.
God, if you're looking for like coffee at 4 a.m. and you're not like doing morning radio or something,
or working the night shift,
it's a different deal.
Yeah. Well, if you're old, I guess. Well, shit, my grandmother wakes up like 5 in the morning.
I think old people, they do one of two things. They either stay up to like 2 or 3 in the morning and then sleep till like noon, or they go to bed about the time the sun's getting ready to go down, so that way they're up and fresh at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So, it's a weird existence.
Yeah.
But I guess they like taking naps all day. I'm not really a nap guy. I never took a good nap. Well, how was your week, my brother?
Mine was very uneventful. Had nothing going on. I had my eye on the prize that I'm on vacation come Friday at 3 o'clock, and really that's all I was aiming for. It was a finish line. I saw where that line was at. I knew what I had to do to get there, and accomplished it and get it there.
See, believe, achieve.
Although I will say actually one kind of thing kind of did come up that was a little unexpected, I would say. And it was yesterday. We have in this particular town a convenience store.
Several of them.
Yeah, basically. And but catty corner to that is like our park, which is like, well, it's Rotary Park. A Rotary organization kind of owns it, right? So I come up, and it's a 4-way stop. And so, yeah, I do the lawful thing, and I stop and get through the intersection and just a little bit beyond. And I see, but there's a couple that's coming along the road, and they kind of cross the road from the convenience store and walk up like 100 feet or so, 150 feet, and then decide to sweep over to the park. Well, I'm through the intersection, but only by about 50 feet.
So they're crossing the street, like
jaywalking.
Via Zapatas?
Yeah.
And had one route they were going to take and then fucking change their mind and like pull a Yui where...
Not really. No, they just kind of they swept. They decided to sweep from one side of the road to the other.
They want to take up as much space as they possibly could on a piece of pavement meant for vehicles.
And I'm not going to really bust their balls about it because it was a man and a woman. Both are clearly pulling down money from the state based purely on who they are. Because the guy's walking a little funky, and I know I've seen him before. I know he's on assistance because he's got an odd genetic makeup that does not allow him to be able to hold down a normal life.
That might be the most politically correct way to say what you just said.
I'm trying to keep people from fucking.
That's good. No, that's good.
The woman, so I met my quote on. Okay, so then the woman looks like she's a full on mongoloid. So the
you're good now.
No, I mean truly, mongoloidism is what it is. I don't know if that's a medical condition, so I'm not. Really trying to piss
that's not a derogatory term.
But I'm there. I'm like, hey, I'm usually in a hurry, but this time around, I'm cool. I'm going to let these two jaywalk across the road. It's fine. I don't mind. Somebody in or a pickup. Somebody in a pickup behind me comes pulling up, and apparently was not as patient as I was, and went ahead and gave him a little bit of a gas pedal check,
like a giddy the fuck up type of let's get going here,
kind of a thing. And they both turn around and look at me. I'm in a fucking Jeep. I'm louder than a Prius. That's about it. That's kind of really about where the line is at.
Right.
I'm not gas checking anybody. It was the truck.
Should it cost you $5 to gas check somebody?
But the Jeep is not loud. It's got a little tiny little Pentecostal engine. No,
Pentecostal. An Episcopalian
it's a little,
V6.
It's a little V6 Pentastar. Is what's in it.
Damn, I didn't know it was a V6.
Yeah.
Should.
But it makes no noise. Very little. But the pickup behind me, the asshole with a 454. Letting me know, hey, you should mow these people over, or whatever he's doing. I don't know. But anyway, so in doing so, though, the guy looks over his shoulder, but that's fine. He continues this weird, fucking awkward gait. The woman with the mongoloidism looks back and fucking flips me off. Not like a straight up one either, kind of like a sideways gangster one. Flips me off. I'm like, well, that's fine.
Don't fuck with her, man.
Wasn't me that fucking
Did you feel
gas
the
pedal
need to stick
checked
your
in.
head out and say, that wasn't me, goddammit?
I just thought, really? And I looked in the rearview mirror and turned around to look at the guy in the truck behind me. Like, are you proud now? Are you happy with yourself?
Could you tell if he was laughing or not?
Probably not.
If it had been me, I'd been giggling my ass off.
Probably not, because he had his spurs hanging from his rearview mirror and shit like that.
So he could barely read, let alone drive a vehicle.
I don't know. You apparently have a license.
Did I just slight an entire group of people with that statement?
You apparently have a license to be an asshole behind the wheel if you fucking have a bet on a vehicle that you're driving. So if you're driving a truck, hey, God
damn, I fucking drive like a 90-year-old man in mine.
Yeah. You're like the exception in this town.
I mean, goddamn.
And you go drive a really small truck, too.
Yeah.
Generally, if you're in a really small truck, like an old ancient Toyota or something like that, I'm going to assume you're not going to be within 5 miles of the speed limit. You're going to be well under, But what are you going to do?
I'm fucking driving a V8 Triton. I'm fucking driving
that little tiny shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
V8 Triton engine in it.
God damn, why aren't you out drag racing that beast?
Because the last time I tried to get it into passing gear, it started sputtering.
Well,
it's not. It has no mileage on it for a 20-year-old pickup. It has like 140,000 miles on it.
Man.
And for a pickup that's like a work pickup, that's pretty goddamn good. But my grandfather didn't take care of it at all. So when I inherited it, it was kind of like, he got the oil change when he wanted to.
Sure. Yeah. When it was a convenience.
That's right. Yeah. When they refilled the soda machines with Dr. Pepper.
The only thing I had going on this week, I've been growing. I've got a little bit of a green thumb, so I grew a lot of flowers last year. This year, I'm trying to get a little more. I'm growing a tomato plant this year. I grew one last year, but this year is a different fucking hybrid that's supposed to put on like coconut-sized fucking tomatoes. So it's still working on that.
Yeah, I see a couple on there when I came up today.
Yeah, I'll be using them this weekend. But so but I'm growing green chilies this year for the first time. The first effort I've done on any kind of a pepper since I was in my 20s, probably. So,
wow.
And it turns out that these green chilies are hot enough. I could weaponize these green chilies.
I'd suggested you turn it into sex lube.
I don't. That's like a horrible idea.
Well, you know that KY warming liquid.
This is not a warming. This would burn your dick off. Is what this would do.
It'd make you think you have like a clap.
Worse than that. Yeah. It'd be
so hot, and make you cut your dick off.
Be probably like a handy cod piece in a Chicago winter. But I mean,
damn. So it should be used in interrogations, is what you're saying.
But I've still got a heartburn on a Friday from some shit I threw together on Wednesday with one fucking pepper.
God damn, man.
And I'm not growing habaneros out here. These are green chili, New Mexico Big Jims.
I can't wait to meet one.
God,
I love heat.
I do too. But
hearing you talk about it even gives me a little pause.
A little. It should. It's given me pause. I've got heartburn 2 days later. It's sunburned the inside of my esophagus.
God damn. I don't know if I can just. I don't know. Well, I'm still gonna fucking try one when it's available.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw together some shit here.
If it's like on par with Mayan hot sauce, I think I'm good.
I will. I'll put some together and drag it down to my brother Daryl's place and watch him cry. That's it.
Well, you can sprinkle some over some stoner tacos.
Which have nothing to do with marijuana, you weirdo.
Yeah, that's true. It's just how easy they are to make and how delicious they are.
It's tater tots, bacon, red sauce, and cheese. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, and about 5 grams of hash.
Probably or not, but yeah, it's that's the other one this week.
That's one of your greatest creations.
Oh,
but it's only not only, but it's that red sauce.
Yeah,
that red sauce is amazing.
I do a pretty reasonably good red sauce.
I'd say you're being a little humble. I'd call it slightly. I would say at least above average.
Yeah, it ain't bad. It ended up aggravating a Hispanic woman up in northern New Mexico that one of our friends went up there bragging about mine, and she had to make a batch, and it did not hold.
No, it did not hold.
And
man.
And kind of aggravated her to no end.
That's actually kind of a pseudo badge.
That some wedo would fucking make better red sauce than she does. It happens.
Oh, man, wait till she sees green chilies.
Ugh. But anyway, that's kind of that. Hey, so welcome to the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast, where we get together and talk about our 3 favorite topics of the week, which generally involves Mead, Metal, and MMA, thus the clever name for the podcast.
Let's go to Mead.
We are going to start the batch. It's a very specialized batch for our friend Don, as we've talked about before. We're going to begin that one tomorrow. That's going to be an apple and green chili batch.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited about it. I now know that...
Are you going to be using that green chili you just talked about?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Don kind of wants us to put on there "not for sissies" on the label. I don't know about that, but
we can put something on there because it's from Echoes of Ancients.
Yeah.
It's not from the Fireball Whiskey people.
No.
So we can fucking have a warning on there that won't be funny.
Right.
To be like, look here, motherfuckers. Only the stoutest of heart need to continue forward.
You're getting yourself into a world of shit, I'm telling you right now.
That's right. You're basically fighting a bear in the wilderness with nothing but underwear and a blunted blade.
Your guts will either hate you today or your asshole tomorrow.
I'd rather be asshole. I can deal with that. The gut shit I can't.
But yeah, so we're going to begin that batch coming up tomorrow.
I always like crack open a bottle after a successful beginning. We're going to get to hear some fucking tunes we haven't heard in a good long while tomorrow.
Yeah. We have a very... We put it together in a very specific fashion.
It's a ritual.
Yeah.
It's a fucking ritual.
I would say, well, it's not really a ritual. No, that's exactly what it is. It's a ritual. Starting a batch, bottling a batch, we have very specific rituals in place, so...
But it's been a while.
Yeah, that's kind of about it. I thought about opening up a bottle of Long Ships this evening. We have rye.
I was going to say, we got tan liquor. We're good.
Yeah. We'll save that for another time. But that's about it for Mead this week.
Yeah.
Which is about 100% more content than we had about Mead last week. So.
That's right. You're welcome. Metal?
I was going to say, what's the next thing we're doing to Mead? Well, that's a surprise. We'll engage that one in about 2 or 3
We got
weeks,
a lot of surprises, I think, for as the year dies. We have a lot of surprises coming up.
Let's get over to metal. First of all, we led in today with a new release from Monty Pittman. Talked about it's an acoustic. It's a double album. It's an acoustic on one. It's his electric shit on the other.
Yeah, I think.
Which actually I didn't prepare. Actually, I prepared two.
Between the Space is the edgier one, and Better or Worse is the acoustic.
Better or Worse is actually not bad if you're not expecting a metal record. It is a little bit slow in parts. I mean, it's not even like, wow, this would be better if it's electric. No. It's Monty Pittman's folk stuff is what it is. And
I haven't heard it yet, but from what I've heard, it's like Monty Pittman doing acoustic. There's really not a whole lot of great shit going on.
Yeah, and that's about it. Anyway, what do you have going on this week? Because I need to get about a beer out of my system.
Fuck A. Udo has put out an album, Steel Factory. Now, Udo, you're probably only going to be familiar with this band if you're also familiar with the band Accept, because they share the same singer. Udo, I can't fucking like Udo Creer. That might be like a weird actor name. But he put a new album out today. For some reason, he has a huge following still, even though that voice sounds haggard as fuck. Give it probably a 2 out of 5. Also coming out this week, Conan put out Existential Void Guardian. Clearly a stoner album. Listened to Vexagon. Liked what I heard, but boy, you got to be in a certain kind of mood for this. This is, if there's such a thing as edgy stoner doom metal, this is it. It's almost abrasive. But I still dig it. Circles put out the last one, progressive metal outfit out of Melbourne. Nothing really to discuss there. And the last one I listened to was Cast of Stone. It's the Empyrean Atrophy EP.
Okay.
And the only reason I listened to it is because the logo looks like the same logo for Castlevania, the video game series.
Right.
The guitar, the music's great. The vocals leave a lot to be desired. That seems to be a constant trend these days. The music is great. You just can't nail the vocals anymore. I don't get it.
Well, man, and you could make some arguments. I think we're turning into a world that I don't even recognize anymore. Because actually, a lot of the complaints that I've seen about Rainier Fog have to do with the fucking harmonies that Jerry Cantrell and William Duvall are putting down.
And that's a problem?
Yeah. It's like, well, this is a little too perfect. It's a little too tight.
Yeah, everything. It sounds a little too overproduced, a little too perfect, a little too clean. It's like, go fuck yourself, man. Jerry Cantrell has become this over fucking what? Like,
he's a wizard. He's a wizard, is what he is.
He's like one of the last guitar wizards out there.
And the other thing I'm going to say is not going to be fucking popular at all. Probably not even popular with you.
Oh. Here comes some Lane Staley shit talking.
It is. It is. That's exactly. Well, because here's my problem. Because how many full-length studio albums did Alice in Chains do with Lane Staley?
3.
How many have they done without Lane Staley?
3.
Why is it that we have to take a consensus poll from Lane Staley's mom and dad and all the fans and everybody else? Why do we have to do that shit? Look, I mean, it's kind of it's. The problem is Jerry Cantrell is a fucking true musician.
Right.
People say, hey, so what's the song about? He says, I don't know. What do you think it's about? They're like, well, I think it's a Lane Staley memorial. He goes, well, okay, maybe. So then they run with it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about music journalists, quote-unquote journalists. So then they say, oh, this whole thing is like a Lane Staley tribute album. Well, that's what you fucking thought when Black Becomes Blue. That's what you thought that the devil put the dinosaurs here.
When Black Gives Way to Blue, he did verify that the title track was about Lane Staley.
Yeah.
But that was the only one.
So, but apparently there are people that have stuck in their ass that Alice in Chains can't do anything unless it is in direct reference to Lane Staley.
Yeah, or endorsed by their family.
And that's the weird thing, because then Lane Staley's dad, who, by the way, I didn't even know he had, well, obviously he had one biologically, but I didn't know the man existed. Suddenly then, who was it? A Rolling Stone or some asshole in rag decided to ask him, hey, so what do you think? Well, so he signs off on Rainier Fog. Well, you know,
yeah, I mean, he didn't say anything negative.
I'm biased, but yeah, it's fine, and I hope they keep doing what they're doing. And it's fine.
Let's see.
Let's
see.
Why did the question? Why was the question even posed?
He said, "I'm pretty biased. As far as I'm concerned, there isn't anybody that's going to match him, but the group has done a wonderful job."
Which is fine, but why was there even the question in the first fucking place?
Well, like we discussed yesterday, it's all about getting them clicks, getting them people like read shit, because you hear about Lane Staley and Alice in Chains, you're going to read it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And
then Lane Staley's mother goes out to Jar of Flies, I think, it's a tribute band, and
pretty good name,
and Seattle, and they're doing something. So as a tribute band, they're doing a thing like at the same night that Alice in Chains is playing in Seattle.
Yeah.
And
when they were doing that shit on the Space Needle.
Yeah, man. And so anyway, so they get Lane Staley's mother to come up and sit in and crank out a song. What was that super band he was in?
Mad Season.
Mad Season. And so she does one of his like more signature tunes off of that. Fine, but why? Man, nothing against the Staley family, but at this point, we're in 2018.
Yeah, it's been a solid 20 years since Lane Staley was even associated with
the last thing with this band. And yet, here we are, and hey, they're still in the headlines. Man, what are you going to do? It bothers me a little bit because I think it takes away the efforts of the band.
Yeah. I get it, but it bothers me as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm fucking good. If it bothers you, then I don't feel that I'm in the wrong.
I brought up Cliff Burton's dad. Coming up, it's like you've seen this fucking guy a handful of times. You saw him when they got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was there to represent Cliff Burton,
right?
Which fucking, yeah, of course. You saw him at the 30th anniversary of Metallica when Dave Mustaine was there, so Cliff Burton's dad. Yeah. And he just kind of comes out and is like, hey, Cliff would dig all this. Keep on doing it, and I'm out.
Saw him the last missed weigh in by Khabib Nurmagomedov. No, maybe not, but I mean, but that's cool. That's the way that a parent of a dead rocker should be. Hey, acknowledge that they're around, but
right.
You know, that's cool. And again, call it a day. But man, to seek out the release weekend,
you're waiting for one of these motherfuckers to say, "Oh, I'm not a big fan."
You're waiting for a parent to say, "No, it'd be a lot better if Lane was still here."
Right.
The band is fucking different now. Alice in Chains is not the same band.
And there are already enough fans that feel that way, but their opinion is, I'm sorry, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Lane Staley didn't play guitar. William Duvall does. So we have 2 guitar parts now. And if you're a crazy fucking guitar guy like I am, you want more guitar, not less.
And William Duvall is a pretty goddamn decent rhythm guitar player.
And everything, and his harmony vocals, that's what people are complaining about. It's too good. Yeah, sorry, William. Too good, sir. Too good.
Why don't you dumb it down, motherfucker?
It's
ridiculous.
It rankles me the fucking world over. But, oh well.
Okay, I'm damn, we're at minute 50 already.
A minute 50, okay.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 90 seconds. I'm just gonna rapid fire some metal shit at you.
Okay.
Slayer decided to extend their final tour into 2019.
Good. They should continue to do that to
they should do it till they
2030.
Die. They should just fucking do it till they die.
Wait until basically you're down to like fucking just the drummer and the bass player and go, all right, I guess we're good.
We Came as Romans frontman Kyle Pavone, or Pavoni, I don't know how to say the last name, passed away last week. Cause of death revealed by family today. What do you think it was?
Heroin?
I'm going to give it to you. Overdose. Accidental overdose.
The opioid crisis here in America. Right.
Let's see. It doesn't really go in depth on the accidental overdose, but it was clearly an accident. We got that.
And heroin and all the fucking prescribed shit the doctors are throwing out there. They're all from the same branch of the same tree.
Vinnie Paul's cause of death revealed.
That one was actually like a heart issue, yeah?
Heart attack, and he also had an enlarged heart.
Yeah.
Which, Vinnie Paul, he's already kind of a big guy, and the lifestyle he led, you die young. You have fun, but you die young.
Rock and roll will weed out those that have got some genetic issues.
Right. It will
unfortunately, but yeah.
It's a tough gig. You'll like this. King's X working on a new album.
Ty Tabor and company.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one in 10 years, follow-up to 2008's 15.
King's X is a tragic fucking deal. They were 20 years too early, and here's why. Because Doug Pinnick came out. Dude's gay. Fine. Big black bass player. Well,
he's a skinny motherfucker
skinny
now.
But yeah.
He's real skinny.
But that's the whole thing. And immediately, and this is a band out of fucking Houston, down in Houston, Texas.
God, that's like the same kind of plight of Little Richard.
Kind of, but that's the whole thing. But they were rock gods. Doug Pinnick comes out suddenly like, and they drop off the fucking radar. It's like, so the band suddenly sucks overnight. Oh, okay.
Because the dude's gay. I mean, his color had nothing to do with it.
If they would have come out right now, I'm joking on the fucking reference there, but I mean,
no pun intended.
If King's X were to launch right now from where they were 20 years ago, nobody would give a shit.
Yeah,
because now the one thing is you might think about the good old days or whatever, but the good thing is right now nobody's got their nose up your ass about what you're trying to do.
Right, absolutely.
Although people
are too afraid to have their ass up, their nose up your ass, figure out what you're doing.
Although the problem is now is everybody's standing around ready to criticize you for everything else. But hey.
So you got to be really vanilla when you talk about shit.
But yeah, and Ty Tabor, probably my second favorite rock guitar player, right behind fucking Jerry Cantrell. On active rock guitar players.
It's a hell of a compliment, really.
Yeah. No, dude is fucking legit. I mean, I put Alex Lifeson at the top, but I don't consider him active since Rush kind of basically retired. So,
right.
And Eddie Van Halen can go set himself on fire with gasoline.
You're goddamn right.
There you go.
I'll fucking help him out. The only thing I got left is Worldane, the former frontman for Nevermore. It's a band I got to see live in Albuquerque during the Gigantour with Megadeth and Dream Theater. Passed away December last year, heart attack, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, of all places.
Wow.
He'd finished enough work on his new album, which was going to be his first solo album in 10 years, much like King's X, fucking rocking a first album in 10 years. It's coming out. It's coming out October 26th, called Disconnection System. Actually, that's the name of the song off the album Shadow Work. This is all posthumous work. I listened to it today. It's Worldane. It's a Worldane song. I don't want to say I like it more because, the guy's gone and we get to hear his music. So, of course, you're going to automatically have in your mind it's going to be good.
Right.
It is good. But it's good like I'm in a Lamb of God kind of mood good, too.
Okay.
It's very abrasive. I use that term a lot. I use the term abrasive a lot.
I'll listen to Lamb of God like twice a year, and I've got to be like really pissed off about
I was going to say
something.
halftime is probably because I played it.
Probably, yeah.
Because I wasn't in the best moods. But I always like Nevermore. I think the dude has a very unique singing style. Jeff Loomis is a great guitar player. They work so well together. His solo shit sounds just like Nevermore. But it'll be cool to hear this. It's kind of his magnum opus, his goodbye. Yeah. Except at least, kind of like David Bowie, except David Bowie knew he was
that
going
dude
out.
Prepared his last shit.
That is like a legit obituary, that album.
Yeah. Did we know anything more? The news broke yesterday that Mastodon was pulling out of a tour with Dinosaur Jr.
Right.
Because of a critical situation involving the band family.
So it has to do with either health or addiction.
That's what it tells me. I mean, I legit don't know.
When you told me that, I immediately went for Brent Hines.
Okay.
That was the first guy I was like, that's the one.
Well, because that's the guy that's had some issues, though.
Yeah. Well, he's a fucking ginger with a face tattoo, and his view of life is so gnarly and skewed and awesome that he strikes me as the one with the most brilliance in the group, which means he also strikes me as one that's probably going to end up having problems the fastest.
So we don't know yet, but Mastodon pulled out of that tour.
I've checked today. There's nothing.
Yeah. We do know this is that they're probably done for at least the next 3 months. So
yeah, because if it was something that they knew would be fixed, they'd be like, "Hey, we're going to just get this tour going in about 2 weeks." They shut it down like we don't know when we're coming back.
Yeah, that's usually not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
And man, and I got to say, is that being a fan of grunge music out of the '90s and a real big fan of the Stone Temple Pilots, I know what a critical situation within the band family means. So if I'm utilizing that as the model, I can just assume that somebody's been on the heroine and
the mighty heroin. Oh, dude, and that's always what it is, man. It's always heroin,
and it's not going away. Once upon a time, they almost stamped out heroin because people started going, ooh, AIDS. I don't want to go like shooting up and shit like that. Well, then they reintroduced heroin as like a fucking basically a.
It's like, oh, guess what? You can snort it now.
Yeah, so now it's back and bigger than fucking ever. Apparently. Yeah. I was talking to one of our local law enforcement fucking people here, an elected official that I won't identify, but told me it's like, yeah, that shit's not as bad as meth. In rural,
of course not.
Rural America, that's going to be the king for a while until you can fucking shut it down. But
or something cheaper comes along.
But heroin is number 2, dude.
I believe it. Well, I guess we should move on to MMA.
We'll move on to MMA as we have about 3 minutes here, so let's...
Even more rapid fire. Well, there's really not a whole lot going on. Really, the only thing to talk about last week was Justin Gaethje's knockout.
Yeah, I really thought that James Vick was going to acquit himself pretty well, but that dude found out. And I'm really hoping that the result we saw on Gaethje against Vick, who we thought takedowns are going to come, it's just win, I hope translates to Conor and Khabib in October.
Yeah, it just takes one punch.
And it does. And the problem is that Khabib Nurmagomedov doesn't have. He's from Dagestan, so he doesn't have much up top anyway. He's in the face of Darwinism. Darwinism. The fact is, I don't think his evolution. He's about 600-700 years behind the curve. So
that's true. Yeah, he is a Cro-Magnon style individual.
I think he's a different fucking Homo sapien. But
they showed that video of him fighting Michael Johnson, and anytime Michael Johnson threw a power left, it landed.
Yeah.
And Conor McGregor's left isn't what you'd call a power left. It is a fight-ending left.
It's a death knell left. Yeah.
Which and there's really, there are a couple things we can talk about, but there's one more thing I want to bring up.
Right. Well, and by the way, and congratulations to Justin Gaethje.
Yeah,
he is never going to be my favorite fighter just because I don't fucking like this. Just hit me with what you got because I'm going to hit you with something harder. Fuck that. That's a dummy style of fighting.
But he didn't wear any damage in this fight. James Vick didn't do anything.
No,
to
he
him.
did not.
So
but the previous two.
Oh yeah,
two. He
but then he did say that he was going to fucking change it up, and he did change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I liked his wrestling on this one. So
Well, when you knock someone out, you don't really need to wrestle.
Fuck
to the
that.
ground.
The guy has no wrestling. I'm going to go on record right now.
Him and Rumble went to the same school,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
There has been, and this is probably the biggest story in MMA right now. Donald Cerrone, gone from Jackson Wink, moving up to Denver. Still has the BMF ranch.
Well, I was wondering about that.
This has been this is a big pile of shit going on right now.
I haven't listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, and I'm trying not to because that's kind of what I want to jam
for Austin
for the road trip.
Yeah,
because I want to be able to absorb all that information.
Sure.
And if I'm just fucking shooting around town, listening to podcasts cut up like that, I'm not going to catch it all.
Right. No, of course.
And I'm not going to catch it all on a best of either. So I'm really one to reserve judgment on everything going on. Now, obviously, he has an issue with with Mike Winkeljohn.
Yeah.
Right?
This is just basically a synopsis of what's going on. Donald Cerrone is pissed that the Mike Perry Donald Cerrone fight got signed, and then Mike Perry fucking went to Jackson Wink, which caused, anytime you're fighting a guy that's in your camp, especially if it's Jackson Wink, Jackson will do one and Wink will do the other.
Right.
Well, Greg Jansen was going to work with Cerrone, and Winkeljohn was fine working with Mike Perry. But apparently Cerrone didn't dig on that. And he's like, look, I'm out of here. He's pissed that Jackson Wink didn't show him the love of a long-tenured fighter at their camp and instead jumped on the Mike Perry train, which I get.
It'd be like Daniel Cormier going to fucking Jackson Wink and John Jones like getting legal again to fight him, and they're both training at the same camp. I have a problem with that, too. I really think that Jackson Wink should have told Mike Perry, look, man, find a camp.
Well, but here's another way you can also look at it. Donald Cerrone doesn't really train like an MMA fighter.
Well, that's true. And he does more training at his own fucking ranch.
His record shows it. He's 1-5 in his last 6.
Is he going to Team Elevation by chance?
I have no idea.
That'd be a really weird thing because that's where TJ Dillashaw trains. I, honest to God, think that Donald Cerrone would benefit greatly from fucking Bang Ludwig.
Yeah.
I think he would. Now, granted, the two are almost, Dwayne Ludwig's only a couple of years older than he is.
Yeah.
I legitimately think, though, that Donald Cerrone could get himself back on track by fucking training with that guy. Look at TJ Dillashaw. If you argue that TJ Dillashaw doesn't come out like a spark plug and fucking look to end fights immediately.
Yeah. See that second Cody Garbrandt fight.
That's what Cerrone needs. I really think
uppercuts in a row, man.
I really think that the Team Elevation would do great wonders for fucking Donald Cerrone.
And I think Cerrone's at a point in his career where he kind of needs to make a choice and stick with it.
He's got to get something else going on. So anything at this point would be better.
Yeah, be a cowboy, be a fighter, get in there and start sparring, getting some knowledge, man, because the base you have right now is not working.
Yeah.
Choose a life and stick with it. He would be a kick-ass trainer, man. He'd be a kick-ass trainer.
Yeah, that's the whole problem.
But if he comes,
dude, he's got to be moving into the point where he has to start looking ahead. Look, I've got how many fights do you think he's got left in him? 4?
At this rate, if he loses by finishes and all of them,
maybe less than that.
Maybe less than that.
What is his finishing plan? I think you're right. I think the guy'd be a fine trainer. I think
he'd be a great trainer.
The problem I have is what would be his training policy? The same as he has right now. Oh no, I don't spar, bro.
I don't know. The whole Donald Cerrone, everyone knows how I feel about that shit.
But so what we have is looking at, you're getting up for whiskey. I was like, all right, let me figure out what I'm going to prepare to say for the next 2 minutes.
Little final shot here.
Because, so you get up and like, somebody's got to go take a piss, and I don't have a lot of info of things to say. But you know what? It turns out you're just pouring whiskey, which makes you a fucking...
That's all right, because we should probably get to our fucking picks.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Nope. They're all redheads, though.
All right.
Fuck off.
We'll move on to the picks. All right. Picking on what are we going on for the drinking side of things?
This brown liquid I'm holding in my hand right now.
I'm going rye whiskey out of Indiana, and we'll go with that.
You never really associate Indiana with like good rye whiskey.
Oh,
right?
Fuck you. If you're drinking this, you are.
Well, like usually it's like Tennessee, Kentucky, and shit.
Yeah, no, because those people are all a bunch of assholes. So that's
this is the best rye in the land.
So we're both on the same page there. A little Budweiser and Bullet Night is what this is. Moving on to the second one, and that is having to do with metal. I'm going to dispense with civility and just blow off everything that's new this week. I'm going to maintain. Probably my main pick is still going to be Rainier Fog this week. And I will probably alert you that next week is also going to be my pick of Rainier Fog.
Right. And it'll be the live versions. Yeah, we should probably fit that in right here, shouldn't
we? Yeah. Which, by the way, next week our podcast will be out a little early. It'll be out on Wednesday night late, maybe early Thursday.
Yeah, I may actually try that auto upload thing. Like upload it, have it ready to go, and be like, all right, YouTube, I want you to upload it right now, like right here at this specific time.
That'd be cool. We'll
to kind of keep in with the algorithm, because I feel like if we uploaded at like 11 o'clock on a Wednesday in Austin, we might not hit, because last week's podcast for our humble audience was pretty goddamn successful as far as views go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna record it Wednesday with the mighty Daryl Robbins.
Oof. Black belt.
Yeah, black belt. Motherfucker hangs out with Chuck Norris. I mean, come on. So that'll be up either late Wednesday or around the same time you'd expect it on a Thursday.
So you have no picks on your liquor there? Oh, wait. Well, we already
we already did liquor.
Metal. What's your
metal?
pick?
I have to fucking echo, man.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like an echo chamber in here, but Rain or Fog, you listen to an album for a week, you come back to it, and you're like, does it still punch me in the dick and balls and face like it did when I first heard it?
Right.
Yes, it does.
All right. Well, as far as picks on MMA,
Tito and Chuck got made official. Who you got?
Oh my God, that one. No.
In October.
Tito.
I'm going Chuck. Fuck that.
I want Chuck to win.
You want Chuck to win, but you think he's going to get clipped and knocked out?
I think Tito's going to fucking make him look silly, and that's
I'm hoping Chuck.
I hate that.
I hope Chuck comes out and ends it in 30 seconds. Just fucking prison blast him, you know?
Picks go UFC Fight Pass library. I'm going Rumble and let's go Rumble and
talking welterweight Rumble or
no
middleweight Rumble?
Obviously not the one that loses to DC.
The Cormier fight, or not the the Gustafson fight.
Gustafson. Let's go. Rumble Gustafson.
Yeah, because you're getting off on seeing a man get demasculated via pugilism.
Yeah,
he didn't come back for a year after.
I think that's the right one. Either that, or else when John Jones cracked fucking DC and take your pick on that one. Either one of those, because he did it on both. All right.
Well, motherfuckers, we are going to be seeing you from a different time zone and a different area altogether next week.
Look for our podcast upload on Wednesday, and we'll, we always talk about like, hey, let's do something really cool after the show. Maybe we will, but I doubt it.
Yeah, guaranteed you're getting something from us, but
you will on Wednesday. That's absolutely right, and we'll be doing it from on site in Austin. Hey, for those of you wanting to know what you got to do to get Brandon and I to show up to your party, get a hold of us in the comments or whatever. Touch base with Brandon. We can be bought. So
we are cheap dates.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, closing out with Ice Cube because fuck that. It's vacation time.
Tinashe, where you at?
Hey, appreciate you assholes joining us today. Have a great weekend and be safe.
Allison Chain.